I take it you're in the...
We're in the bar.
We're in the bar.
Hell. After doing as many side quests as I possibly can as a Veiler, coming to reference to home and seeing the sea of blue quest markers in reference to home.
I say most of the quest markers in here are just higher levels of the Realm Reborn dungeons, aren't they?
Yeah, most of them are just hard mode. There's also like the ultimate dungeons from the Wandering Minstrel over there and some other stuff.
Yeah.
Like Minstrel's Ballad.
Yeah.
Hey, no, don't do him. That was my idea.
Slap.
This is my idea. I'm the one who invited him to punch me.
My Mika.
Figures. It's Mika's idea, and freaking he gets slapped for it. Oh dear.
Punch. Punch, punch. Punch, punch, punch.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, shall we?
Right, you two
We
stop
have
playing.
story content to get through. Yes, we
Stop
do.
playing for position and let's go.
Phase transition.
Alright.
Alright.
Alize.
I love how often Alize is the one giving us these quests these days.
Because she is Messiah.
Well, she's like tied for first place with Ishtola.
True.
Anyways,
Also, hi, Catmo.
I assume this is voiced.
No, it's not.
Alright, here we go then.
Ah, you're looking well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest. If you came hoping for tidings from Kryl, I'm afraid we're still waiting. But we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place. But the Alliance has the situation in hand, thanks in no small part to Hoary Boulder and the others. Meanwhile, talks with the beast tribes are going even better than expected. Encouraged by Uldar's progress with the Amalja, Gridania has opened negotiations with the Ixal, believe it or not.
Really, we're going to them next.
All of which is obviously very encouraging. But with the Telophoroi still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. Blah 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 blah.
Never really honestly expected the Ixal to be up in
The
negotiations.
Sahagin are probably going to be the hardest sell. They've always been aggressive.
I saw Sahagin in Final Fantasy III.
Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is due to be held in Alamigo, and your attendance is humbly requested.
Ah, we were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda?
I believe the intention is to share news of recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Telophoroi, in consort with our new allies. The beast tribes have also been invited. It is hoped that they will join us in the fight against our common foe.
So the Alliance would bring all of the beast tribes into the fold at a single stroke. An ambitious plan, given the delicacy of the negotiations, but mayhap an expedient one, considering the threat we face.
I wonder if the Beast Tribe quest would alter some things here, because I've been doing those as a Veiler with the Brotherhood of Ash, that one kobold group who are completely bloody useless, and...
Indeed, my lady. And for their part, I'm told the beast tribes have agreed to attend. If the Scions too are present, all of Eorzea will be represented.
To arrange such a meeting must have been quite an undertaking, not only diplomatically but practically. Pray inform the Alliance that we would be honored to participate, which I'll make for Alamigo without delay.
Then I will bear your answer thither with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace.
Justinian's still here.
Yeah, he's with the Scions now, full time. Well now. Well, now that we've accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? I move that you and Y'shtola lead our contingent. Given how long you have worked to end summoning, it is only right that you be present for what promises to be a historic moment. I think we've all played our part in that little endeavor, don't you? Yep. All present may rightly claim a seat. I do quite agree. But by your leave, I believe I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination of our defensive efforts. I'm not coming either. Emmerich will be there, and I'd rather not be interrogated. Very well then. While those with a mind to hold the fort get on with holding it, I suggest the rest of us make for Alamigo. Shall we?
I'm
I
surprised.
love how Justinian's just like, Emmerich may be there, and I do not want to be
Does
questioned.
Justinian realize this means staying with Tataru?
It's true. Also, may
Why
I,
must you make this decision difficult for me?
I do question one thing about this meeting, considering our last time we offered a beast tribe an audience in a place like that.
It was with the Lakshmi ones, yes.
Yes, the one, and then they summoned their primal
But
on
to be
us.
fair,
And
most of the Lakshmi were alright. It was just the tempered queen, which was a bad idea to bring in to begin with because she was already tempered.
still saying some may still be tempered.
Well,
We
have
do
a
have
cure now.
anti-tempering measures now that we can employ if that should prove to be the case, so it's not nearly as big of a problem as it used to be.
Also, if a primal is summoned, I'm hungry.
Yes, let's deal with lunar primals by summoning the actual primals. There's an idea.
That ought to cause the final days to happen in a jiffy.
Don't worry, I'll walk with it all the way to the end.
Well, it's not as big as a crowd as last time, but
It's been up for 2
Yes.
hours.
yeah.
It's still big enough that it's taking a while for people to load in for me.
Oh yeah, also that is another thing. Small crowd might grow in a second.
I have been expecting you.
We have been expecting you. While some few guests have yet to arrive, the Alliance leaders are all present. Shall I show you in? Yes.
Let's see how this all goes.
Let's do this shit. Ah, my bones! My
I'm
bones! Oof.
I'm curious to see how many of the
Don't say anything. I'm still on a loaded screen. Wait for me. Ah!
No one bring chairs for the beast tribes.
I don't think we have chairs big enough.
Snake people are here.
The Ananta, Amaja, the Kobolds.
The Sylphs!
Oh well, we know the Sylphs, alright.
Sahagan are here.
Praxio.
And, forget which ones those are for...
Vanavanu, Nath. I see the Vath.
A couple of those
Alright,
already.
waiting on dialogue box.
Yeah.
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence.
I shall
As
wait
there is much to discuss,
on
let us begin.
Kanisana?
Kanisana.
Kanisana? Sorry.
All right, I'm there. Tom.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would!
Did not expect that voice from the exiled chieftain. They're less squawky than usual.
Ah! Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay! Freed our people must be!
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
Yeah.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
It's the Admiral that's...
For a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
Y'shtola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. but our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome.
Well said, Emmerich.
Right?
Yeah. There's a reason we like that guy. Oh shit, I didn't even notice Ian was at the table.
Yeah, Ian's here. Ian's here.
Uh-oh. That's not a good sound. What happened?
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus.
That was a version of a war cry.
Will have deals, perhaps. Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
Yeah, that was just a battle cry.
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future as allies united in purpose.
Well, you were worried about the Sahagin. Seems they're fine now.
For the moment.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, because in the Sahagin Beast Tribe quest, like, you're with a group that wants to be more peaceful, so maybe that's more success.
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Praise be!
Everyone wants a piece of pickle. That certainly feels like ending. I mean, the war with the Beast Tribes is over.
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more Porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, the conflict isn't over, but we're getting closer.
But yeah, it feels like wrapping up the Beast
If I may have your
Tribe
attention,
storylines.
there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them. To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We Amalja would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the Scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
Should call it the Fellowship of Bois.
I would call it one moment, please.
We call it the Grand Company of Eorzea.
I will call it Jeff.
What are we picking, top or bottom?
I think it'd probably just be, well, to do the top.
Yeah, to sort of bring that full circle. The thing Alphino tried to do, actually succeeding for once. Sorry, Alphino, no offense. Yeah, I'm picking the top one.
What's the name
For there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Sorry, Alfie.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
To be fair, Alfie, when you first came up with the name, you were still a little shit. No, you're not. Oh, look at Alphino.
Poor boy, he's so flustered.
His bloody dreams coming true, though.
Piece by piece, slowly but surely.
How long have we dreamed of this moment?
Oh, he's tearing up!
And now that it's here,
Yep.
Oh.
Forgive me. Might we speak outside?
Yeah, like, this was his whole thing
Whole
with the Crystal Braves, which failed so epically, but now it's coming true with the actual Grand Company he always envisioned. Done right this time, without Illblood being a bloody cancerous growth.
Or, you know, fucking Teleji. Or Lolorito.
And with the Beast Tribes on board. But yeah, that just feels like a relative conclusion to the old Beast Tribe storylines.
Maybe.
Well, Alphino's wanting to talk to us outside, so let's see what he has to say.
He is teary boy.
He's appropriately emotional for the things that just happened.
Kind of funny how you were saying you were worried about the Sahagin more than anybody, and yet they were the ones that shouted the most.
I just remember from what little I know about the lore that the Sahagin were the initial aggressors.
I am wondering whether the Sahagin Beast Tribe quest has something to do with that.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Alright.
Well, now that we're out of earshot of the other delegates, I hope you'll forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed of this day since the moment I first set foot upon these shores, and that I was as heartened as anyone to see the peoples of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet even as they uttered their declarations, all I could think about was the conflict to come, of the sacrifices that would be made and the lives lost. Inevitabilities that I still struggle to accept. But at least now there is hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step. The first of many.
I don't know who's saying many and more here.
Hello, Kane. Elder Seedseer, how might we be of service? I seek Master Alphino's assistance in a matter involving Gridania's neighbors, the Sylphs. I know that you and yours have long kept a weather eye upon the crystal trade, the better to predict the coming of primals, and so you will be familiar with the Sylphs of the Ash Crown Consortium. Through their dealings, they have cultivated relations not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes. Just so. It is our hope that we may make use of the Sylphs' established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of our new fellowship. Yet there remain certain practical differences between a trade consortium and a grand company. If the Sylphs are to perform their task effectively, they will require the counsel of one versed in the operational aspects of an armed force. An armed force founded with the selfsame goal in mind, no less. The Crystal Braves, yes. Forgive me, Master Alphino. I know that it was a painful chapter in your life, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. In my hubris, I plotted a course for the Crystal Braves which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception.
One intended to pave the way for the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. But my plans all came to naught. Built upon a frail foundation of lofty ideals, the Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interests. And I have no wish to see this new endeavor suffer the same fate.
Mayhap I ask too much of you?
Not at all. You may count upon my assistance for what little it is worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report, including a list of recommendations drawing on the lessons I learned from the failures of the Crystal Braves.
You have my gratitude, Master Alphino, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray share it directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and the earnest efforts of every goodly soul gathered here this day, I have no doubt that our fellowship will emerge from the shadow of the Telophoroi and flourish. Until next we meet, my friends.
And Sanu going off is too happy.
Shut up.
Before committing anything to writing, there are a number of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former Braves, you understand. Might you join me in seeking them out?
Real and such?
I can't think of an excuse to say no, so yes. I'll just say as if you have to ask.
It's his moment.
Yeah.
There's no rain on his parade. He's earned it.
Says the one who just said a comment of raining on the braid.
I said that. He didn't. He's better than I am.
Thank you. As someone who witnessed the Order's rise and fall, yours would be a reassuring presence.
I'll join you. If you're planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades, it will be a lot quicker if we share the task of questioning them. Then mayhap Grohatir can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account of the day's events.
We should be glad of your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way.
Wait, how many of the Braves are still alive or not
There was
assholes?
a group that didn't betray us, like Real was one of them, who got turned into official scions as a reward for their loyalty.
Alright.
So what's the plan, brother mine?
Before discussing the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I proposed is largely written. Not long after that fateful day in Uldar, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history, from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. This I did primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might later be referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. And while I made every attempt to be objective, the account was mine alone. Its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can it answer what seems to me to be the crucial question. Namely, why, after the Crystal Braves disbanded, did some members choose to remain with us while others did not?
The members sold us out for money and betrayed everyone?
I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the ties that bind our new Grand Company together, and that this knowledge might help us to prevent it from falling apart when those bonds are inevitably tested.
That is my hope, yes. But the questions I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As the former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandoned the cause would welcome my inquiries.
Then Graha and I will just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who kept the faith.
A fine suggestion. Have care, however. Certain of my former comrades are of questionable character. So keep your wits about you and let us reconvene in Gridania later on. If you have no objections, I've a mind to begin by speaking with Riel and Alian. If memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at Castrum Oriens. Let us seek them out there.
I don't remember many of the
No.
Crystal Braves. I remember Wilred, who was that one Alamegan lad who was manipulated by Nassian into trying to summon Rauger as a primal before we stopped him, and he joins the Braves. Found out about the plot, tried to warn us, but was murdered for it.
So, what kind of primal would Rauger be?
The kind that punches shit really hard, because Rauger is in the Pantheon of the 12 known as the Destroyer.
I wonder which Ascian he's based on.
Who knows? The Alliance raids will probably be delving into a lot of that. Well, look who it is. And what brings you two here? Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? In a manner of speaking, I've been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. Blah, 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 blah.
I remember when we were doing that story, and I was like, oh, which is real, and he was one of the most trusted fucking worthy ones there.
Yeah. So you want to know why we decided to stick with the Scions, eh? Ain't an easy thing to put into words, that.
As Rio will attest, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I hope to redeem myself, and I will continue to serve the cause for as long as I am able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we were finally reunited at the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves.
Excuse me?
And in spite of everything that had happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away. But when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but try to repay it?
Nothing, that's what. And for me own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions have something in common with me old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That was our creed, and I still strive to live by it to this day. But as time goes on, I've learned that strength comes in many shapes and sizes. From Hari Boulder to Mistress Tataru, we've all of us got something to offer.
You know, now I'm imagining Tataru versus Hari Boulder, and somehow Tataru would win. I don't know how, but she would.
And not one of us is doing it for personal gain. Because we believe there's more important things than that. Things worth protecting. Which is what being a Scion's all about.
I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. Forgive me. Could you...
How do we phrase this?
I think the second one, because that's just to the point of why we're here.
Yeah, it's more direct.
Why did shit go boom?
Well, it's founding ideals were something to be proud of. But ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intentions, there was another who was only in it for the coin, the glory, or both.
Ours was quite a disparate band. And while I will never forgive Ilberd, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large part to his efforts.
Just a pity he was doing it all for the wrong reasons, eh? Only takes one bad apple, they say. And the Braves had a barrel full of them. Not like the Scions. We might look like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down, we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Because Tataru sifted out all the glory hunters before they made it through the door.
I see. So while our ranks comprise a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are all united in purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again.
I.e. when getting new members, vet them first.
Interviews.
Yeah. Don't accidentally hire the serial killer down the street.
Yeah. interviews, background checks, and shit.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I'm conscious that less life-affirming testimonies await. Let us make our way to Gridania and hear what the others have learned.
I'm curious if that one. What was that? What was that Lalafell's
Actually,
name?
hold on a second. Before we go anywhere, I need to pick a couple things up from the Moogle over here.
We think we're going to talk to one that Lalafell with a deep voice in the Japanese version, and the other of the traitorous trio, like Ilbert's second in command, who was the guy that betrayed the Whalers to the Empire, reformed then unreformed.
Like, I remember Yu Haze, I think it was his name.
And then the other
The
guy.
Lalafell.
Look what I get!
Look what I what?
How long? Because you pre-ordered, right?
I pre-ordered. I got the digital collector's edition too.
Yeah, I'll be pre-ordering at my next payday when it has the money.
I shall also be pre-ordering. Should I get the collector's edition for just the scythe alone? Or?
I would get the digital collector's edition. That is cheaper, and you get like a bunch of like minions and early access by a week and shit.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, get the what edition?
The base expansion is like $40, whereas the digital collector's edition is about 60. So.
The digital collector's edition, you don't get the physical collector's items, but you get all the digital ones and a week early access.
Yeah, I mean that just comes with pre-ordering in general, as I recall.
Yeah. But yeah, the digital one also gives you that scythe that you like, because you get Scythe finally.
Yay! I get scythe, and I will most likely try Reaper.
The Reaper. Yeah.
I will try Reaper, but I don't know if it'll be a full job change. Depends on how the job looks and how it runs.
Fight Xenos, and we shall use the Reaper to destroy them.
I used the stones to destroy the stones.
Nearly killed me. I used the Reaper to destroy the Reaper.
Oh God!
Nearly killed me.
Okay, I'm not thinking. What would be a funny think knee meme, or just a think mark meme for the crew?
Can we not have enough of that meme?
Oh, it would be right after Thanos got clobbered with the book being cap racist.
Over by the Lancers Guild, apparently.
Yes.
Why the Lancers Guild?
I don't fucking know. The bridge. I don't know.
Also, I just noticed how much of the Aetherites I'm missing in Gridania. Huh.
So you were racist. You're making racist Mekete jokes to the face of a Mekete who can flay you alive with her magic. Think, Thanatos, think.
Oh my goodness.
And like Nee's the one saying that, and in the background Mika's just casting comments and there's a fucking meteor storm inbound.
Can we
meteor storm inbound?
If you can make that meme, can you not include Thanatos?
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's the whole point. Alright, Alize.
Thanks to Tataru's ever-dependable intelligence, we managed to track down a handful of former Braves without any great difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we had enough to form a picture. I must warn you, Alphino, some of their comments were harsh.
Before we continue, I also have another idea.
Uh-oh.
It'll be a slightly more serious one, but like me after beating up for Brunt.
I'm your daughter, you fat shit. Think, Dad, think. I can well imagine, but their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. Thank you. I will set about adding your findings to my own at once. In the meantime, pray go on ahead to Little Solace and seek out Elder Frixio. I will join you anon.
Sylphs. Haven't talked to them in a while.
Little Solace.
All for now.
I'm still just shocked at how much the Reaper job actually kind of corresponds with Thanatos in,
Oh, did I mention I sent Thanatos' profile to UCP?
It's like, genius! Hello, Behemoth.
You remember the first time I started just spamming summons I had around you guys back when you were still new to the game? When I just whipped out the behemoths randomly around you guys and you freaked the fuck out.
I remember calling
Yeah.
Araman your overcompensation eyeball or something.
My flying eyeball monster. I like it. It takes me places.
And then I tortured myself to get Rathalos.
Yeah.
Ah, welcome, Brave One and friends of Brave One. How good it is to see Walking Ones again so soon after the meeting.
Should this perform the customary dance of greeting?
Yes.
We have to pick that one.
Yes, we already did.
Damn it.
No, be at ease. It is true that these ones once delighted in making Walking Ones dance, but no more.
And now I'm sad because the last time we did that, Papalino was with us.
Horned One Kane Senna said that Walking Ones would be coming to Little Solace. Imperial ones also invaded Civ lands and abducted many of these ones, so these ones will be glad to bear messages between fighting friendly ones.
That is heartening to hear, Elder. It will require all ones to work in unison to stop the Telophoroi.
These ones will try very hard, of course, but in matters of war, these ones have little experience. Any advice Walking Ones can provide would be most welcome. Oh? Another pretty silver-haired one. And in quite a hurry, it seems.
Coffee?
Alize, you must come quickly.
Whatever's the matter, Arfano? Don't tell me you couldn't read my handwriting.
What? No! A twin adder officer accosted me as I was about to set out. Charlian has sent an envoy who is due to arrive in Gridania at any moment. An envoy? Could it be the Kryl has managed to sway the Forum? We shall know soon enough, but there is more. The envoy has requested that the two of us attend the audience with the Elder Seed Seer.
Really? I can see why they might want Science to be present, but us specifically? Wait. It isn't who I think it is.
Yeah, dear old dad.
It is. It is. I could scarce believe it myself, but when I inquired as to the envoy's identity, I was told that it was one Fortunato Leveilleur.
Dear old dad.
Your father? Well now. The fact that a serving member of the Forum had journeyed here would be surprising enough. But him? Quite. I glean from this that they are taking this matter seriously.
That may be, but why him and not one of the other 98 Forum members? Unless he volunteered for it.
It has been some time since you last saw your father, has it not? Could it be that he is concerned for your well-being?
From the trailer, I have a feeling this isn't going to be a positive meeting.
Perhaps. But he has always been reluctant to discuss his work with us.
Indeed. And whenever we write to our parents, it is invariably our mother who replies. Nevertheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet with him after so long, even if it is secondary to his true purpose here. Elder Frixio, loath though I am to cut our visit short, we must return to Gridania. Pray accept my apologies along with my report.
Never mind. There will be time to talk later. This one won't keep Walking Ones from more urgent matters. Go.
The audience will be held at the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seed Seer awaits us even now. Let us be on our way.
I didn't expect to see dear old dad until we got to Charlian.
Who do you think's probably going to let us come to Charlian? They are an isolationist state.
Just from the trailer, I got the sense that he was very much anti us being there.
Yeah, I agree.
We shall
think
keep our counsel. We don't need you. Kind of thing.
I think this is more of the lines of, no, we are not going to deal with your business. Fuck off.
No, we're not dealing with your business. Kids, come home.
Like,
kids, come on. Like,
stop.
why would...
Your grandfather died for this. Stop fulfilling his fantasy. Like, no.
I feel like that's...
We must continue because it's his final fantasy.
Get out.
If they utter that goddamn phrase at any point in Endwalker, I am going to scream and it won't be a happy one.
Okay.
But, I mean, I mean, they did it one fucking time in Dissidia, and that was enough.
So
when fucking Garland was talking to Chaos or someone or something that's...
So I take it that they don't have a very strong relationship with their father?
I have no idea. I don't know the lore there at all.
Is that he very much disagreed with his kids and his father, who were very pro helping the outside world, or he's anti it.
Come along me.
Alright.
Welcome, Warrior of Light. The Elder Seedseer and your friends are awaiting within.
Oh, let us see. Dear old daddy. I hope this is voiced.
I hope so too. I
No,
want to
it's
brush
voice
my
actor.
voice for a minute.
Dear old dad. Where's dear old dad?
Alright, we talking to Kane?
Yep.
I'm just talking to the people quickly. Yeah, Graham describes him as being uncompromising in foreign policy. Talking to Kane.
Alright.
My friends, I thank you all for coming so swiftly. Word of Master Fortuno's visit took us quite by surprise. When the Alliance granted Mistress Cryle permission to request Charlian's aid, we did not anticipate so prompt a reply, much less that it would be delivered by a member of the Forum. What the nature of that reply may be, we shall soon discover.
Alrighty then, dear old daddy. Let's see what you have to say. How long has it been since they've seen him?
A while, probably.
There he is.
Elder Seedseer, I thank you for granting me this audience.
Waste.
I am Fortuno Levea, here in my capacity as representative of the Forum.
It is I who should thank you, Master Fortuno, for journeying so far and so swiftly. Would that our first meeting could have been under happier circumstances.
It has been too long, Father. You look well.
As do you both. Ameliance will be glad to hear that you are taking care of yourselves.
Ameliance, I think that's their mum's name.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course. Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last. And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louisois, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the primals. Were it not for him, our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That Gridania still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene. And my position remains unchanged.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Charlian stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life, who we are. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the Forum's answer to your request. Charlian will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
The final days? Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald. One in which Sharlayan will take no part. If the final days were truly upon us, we would know.
These guys are idiots.
Oh yeah.
Father, you must ask the Forum to reconsider.
I think they know everything,
You may
but
feel
they know
safe on
nothing.
your little island across the waves. But if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline. But I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both. Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your grandfather's departure? For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war. Death, devastation, ruin. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize could ever justify such sacrifice? It is the duty of the learned to avert
I don't like this guy.
tragedy. By fanning the flames.
Oh, yay, choices.
You forsake.
No.
I shall wait. Tom?
I mean, I'm at the choice. What do we say?
I'm meeting.
Well, it's better to fight and fail than wait for the axe to fall. To ignore the plight of those who might.
I like the middle one. That
Just-
was
just
Louis
say
Suarez's
this-
quote.
But at the same time, I'm worried that if we try and recount that, it'll just be rebuffed, because doubtless Fortunate's already heard that.
I don't really like the third one. I like either the first two.
Yeah. Either direct or try and be poetic.
I mean, quoting Louis Suave would probably be just another poke into his pride.
I mean, I'm sure you're probably not wrong, Brian. He probably will rebuff it, but it just kind of feels right.
Fair enough.
Considering Louis Suave is the only reason we're here.
Alright, yeah, alright, let's go with the middle one.
He's like that.
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike her, you should know better. By espousing such barbaric notions, you subvert the teachings of Sharlayan and place all we have worked for in jeopardy. Alphino, Alize, as of this moment, you shall no longer bear the name of Leve.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
To live your lives is no
Can I
longer
punch him?
my concern.
Yes.
If you wish to walk the path of ruin, I will not stand in your way.
I have a feeling he didn't talk about this with his wife first, though.
Master Fortunato.
Did he just
Sharlayan
disown
might have
them?
no intention of intervening in this conflict. We can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us, that we might learn of Sharlayan's hopes for the morrow?
I have said what I came here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
Yeah, I have a feeling their mother isn't going to be too happy with that choice.
Father, wait!
Why do I have a feeling he's the husband who doesn't really give his wife
How can you stand there and
a
watch
say?
her walk away? How can you let this happen?
That guy would be a flat earther. Just saying.
He, all of this shit that's going on, he's like, oh, the final days aren't coming. We would know.
Yes, the final days. We have dismissed that claim. Even the Tyrian Council get on well.
If something like that was happening, we would know, because we're far smarter than you lot.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean you've been to a shard? What's a shard? That doesn't exist. We dismissed that too.
Alright.
Talking to Alize.
Yep.
Oh well, I'm sure they'll probably get the message when a primal lands in the middle of their fucking city.
I'd say let him at this point.
So that's what he came here to say? That we're all fools for having the temerity to defend ourselves against the Telophoroi? And as for the rest...
Like it or not, this was the Forum's decision. To watch from afar while Eorzea burns. Father was but the messenger, and as he handed down their judgment, I could think of nothing to say that could possibly sway him. I still can't.
To have prolonged the discussion would have changed little, for it is not only Master Fortuno who must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. Their decision was made ere your father crossed the sea.
And this is why we send Cat Mom to scold them.
Nor is it like to be changed. And so we shall face the Telophoroi without their aid.
Give me a second. Forgive me, but if they had no intention of helping us, then why would they go to the trouble of sending an envoy in the first place? Why did they not simply keep their counsel, as they are wont to do?
Think, bro.
Has Master Fortuno arrived yet?
Yeah, he was a cunt.
Then it is as I feared. My efforts were in vain. I pleaded our case to as many Forum members as I could, but they flatly refused to discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I should rather say that they ignored every word I said on the subject without exception. It was almost unnerving.
The irony that they say they're the most learned, and yet whenever new information comes, they ignore it. They don't learn anything, they just stay in the same.
Could it be that they are hiding something from us? That might go some way to explain Master Fortuno's performance. When he said that they would know if the final days were truly upon us, I dismissed it as pride. But what if they genuinely believe that they know how the world will end and simply disagree with us about the circumstances?
That I don't know. But something tells me that they are not as unconcerned about the Telophoroi as they claim. If the threat weren't real, why else would they be so standoffish and secretive? I would very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Nor have I fared any better with my other mission, researching Hydaelyn in the Ethereal Sea. I tried enlisting the help of experts in the field, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone from cooperating with us.
Obstructed at every turn.
So it would seem. But don't lose heart just yet. With all the knowledge and acquaintance we have between us, we can still find a way forward. To that end, I would like you all to join me here, when the time is right, of course. I am aware that matters in Eorzea stand on a knife's edge, but with your permission, I can at least start making the necessary arrangements.
Kick their door in and make them say reason.
What do we say?
I don't really want to say the top one because I kind of don't want to go to Charlian now.
I've always wanted to visit Charlian, even though they're a bunch of douchebags. Actually, no, I've always wanted to visit so I can burn it to the ground. I'm sorry.
It's so pretty, even with the stick so far up his rectum.
I kind of just want to do the please do.
Yeah.
Please do.
And when Fortuno returns, feel free to throw him out a window.
Excellent. Obviously, keeping the Telophoroi at bay must take precedence, but with luck, you'll be able to make the journey to Charlian ere long. It may take a while to secure entry for you all, but I'll let you know when everything is in order. Look after yourselves in the meantime, won't you?
I'm still calling Alpha No Alize Levelia, fucking.
Yeah, Levelia.
Your speculations give me cause to hope. Yet if these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it is possible the Charlians hide some secret truth from us, there can be no certainty that its exposure will prompt in them a change of heart. And so, for the present, we must needs confront the plight in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused our request for aid, and it falls to us alone to contend with the Telophoroi.
Even with all of Eorzea standing united, there is no guarantee that we will prevail. What does Charlene intend to do if we fail?
Really be smug and confident they'll survive up until the point where Xenos and Fandaniel burn them all alive?
I had a feeling their father would be like this, but Jesus, he's such an asshole.
I was expecting to try more of the persuade them over to his side of things rather than just disown them entirely. Yeesh.
He straight up disowned them.
I have a feeling they got much of their parental, fatherly guidance from.
The last quest of part 2, right here, Death unto Dawn.
That's it.
I mean, this is part 2, so like, remember, there's like 2 parts of the storyline.
I guess it's probably gonna have a dungeon in it though. Yeah.
Either a dungeon or just a really big fucking solo instance duty. That's what's happened all the rest of the time.
Also, we get the shush emote.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Marshalian's stance is indeed disappointing. We cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenge before us. I snorted like a pig for some reason. There is much and more to be done. I shall begin by sharing the forum's response with my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I would ask that the Scions... Grave tidings, walking ones! Grave tidings! Calm yourself, my gentle friend. What has occurred? These ones who went to see feathered ones send terrible news. Destroying ones have appeared in Zelfatal. Destroying ones and captured ones and even frightful godly ones. Feathered ones didn't stand a chance and were sent flapping and squawking. When did this happen? Is it too late to help them? Too late, yes. Much too late. But luckily destroying ones were only passing through and continued on west. Feathered ones who did not fight were left unharmed.
West. That would be Kurthus. My lady, the Ishgardians report that the Talafori have emerged from the eastern highlands of Kurthus and are marching at speed. Though their purpose has yet to be determined, the Cartano Flats would seem the most likely destination. Lord Aymeric has already dispatched his forces and requests our immediate support.
Tell him we shall have it. The time has come for the Grand Company of Eorzea to prove its worth.
We're gonna lose horribly, aren't we?
Cartano.
But Ishgard.
Well, mayhap it is a mercy that we do not have time to stew upon our misfortunes. Come, my friends, let us make haste to Cartano.
Oh, of course it's Cartano. It's the Cartano Flats. Guess where we always tend to lose, the Cartano fucking Flats.
Wait! This one almost forgot. Destroying ones was said to be led by crackling robed one. This one must see that all walking ones know. Farewell.
And Daniel's there. Great.
He's probably just gonna throw just a gauntlet of lunar primals at us.
Ravana for one.
Van Daniel?
Who else? It was only a matter of time before that grinning maniac showed himself again.
The biggest dickbag of all the dickbags of the Asians.
I shall have an airship ready to bear you to Cartano. Proceed to your preparations and report to the landing with all haste.
Will do. At once, my lady. Let us away.
At least Emmett and Elizabeth had style. He's just a madman.
I mean, he's got the flamboyant poeticism going on. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Fandaniel's like a hybrid between Kefka and Kuja.
I don't like it.
He's got Kefka's manicness, but the precision of Kuja. And that makes him probably one of the most terrifying Final Fantasy antagonists I've ever seen.
So, will we see Mr. Xenos?
Probably not.
I have a feeling he's sitting and admiring his new scythe. Back in Garlemald.
Maybe. In the airship landing. Oh, I don't have the ether.
There is no etherite for the airship landing.
Well, there is if you have all of the...
There is. I have it.
Oh.
There is if you have all of the things unlocked.
Apparently I am missing one with me. Never mind.
Well, I need to take a quick pit stop to hit a mender first. Luckily, there's one right in the inn.
Yep.
Fix my clothes. Thank you.
Yep, there's one right.
I have no idea which ether I'm missing as me. Sort of after playing Avela for quite a while.
Probably the botanist.
Yeah, maybe.
That one's really out of the way.
Fordola's here.
She is? Where?
She's right there? Holy shit.
Are you guys upstairs?
No. Sorry. My bad. It's not the...
It's just outside.
It's not the ship landing. It's just outside the Adventurers Guild.
Huh.
Yeah, Fordella
there
is
she
here.
is. Okay. Hi, what does she have to say? Oh, she wants to talk to us. All right. Okay, Alpha now. It would seem Fordola here has come all the way to Gridania to find us. I've explained the situation, but she insists her business is urgent. Aye, and it'll be over soon if you shut up and come with me.
As charming as ever.
As charming as ever.
Arnold.
He's handicapped.
He's in a wheelchair.
Arenvold! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
Alive, but he ain't gonna be fighting anymore.
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? The day I craned my neck up at you.
Oof.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Afraid so. The Chirurgeons say I may never walk again.
Unfortunate, but...
It wasn't a certainty, so you never know. Is physical therapy a thing in Eorzea?
Come on, Alfino, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood. Quite the opposite. All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in. But my fighting days are over. So I want you to fight in my stead. Be the hero I can't.
Steed was a random background character in 2.0.
I am no hero.
That's what they all say, though. No one ever calls themselves a hero. Even the ones who eat primals for breakfast. It's for others to
They actually brought that up on us. I thought we were the only ones who said that. No, they okay.
It's our joke. You can't do that.
Look, Alfino, you already are a hero. To me and countless others. We see you doing your damnedest to protect us all. And you're not alone, are you? There are people who believe in you, just as you believe in them.
What do we say?
I like the top one.
Yeah, I like it. Very poetic.
Does she ever smile?
I know what's at stake, and how many people are depending on you. But I believe in you. Believe that you'll see it through. That's why I'm entrusting my dreams to you. Like Albert and Owlie once entrusted their dreams to me.
Arbor and Owlie were two of the Scions who died in the Guardian raid on the sands.
There was a time when I would have borne the weight of such expectations without a second thought. But now, I know just how heavy that burden can be. To tell the truth, I'm beginning to wonder if I chose the right path. Sacrifices will inevitably be made for the sake of the ideals I uphold. Maybe I am not the person I thought I was. The person you think I am.
I wouldn't presume to tell you. But I will say this. In spite of everything, you've come this far. The road ahead might not always be clear, but you've never been one to give up or take the easy way out. And everything you do for others. For a brighter future. I'm proud to call you my friend. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll let you go. I know you've got more important things to be doing. Just give what I've said some thought, all right?
I shall, my friend. And we will meet again soon, I promise.
Suddenly, I'm not worried about Arenvald. I'm worried about Alphino.
Say that as if he's going to die this patch.
Not this patch.
Nothing left for me to
But I'm just worried that he might die sometime in Endwalker.
You shut your mouth.
I'm already worried about fucking Y'shtola. If there was a time for them to kill anyone off, it would be during the final expansion of the
What
story.
it means to be a hero. Do you know that? You think they're all forged in the fires of battle? That it's all about being brave and killing villains? Alphino and the others will carry on their fight. But theirs isn't the only one. There are other ways you can make a difference. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself and put your bloody mind to it.
Yeah, take up a trade.
There's not much chance of me living the quiet life with you around, is there?
If you're content to twiddle your thumbs thinking of what might have been, that's your lookout. But I reckon you've got some fight left in you.
And I reckon you might be right. If there's a way I can still help my friends, I'll bloody well find it.
You could always try taking up magic. You don't need to move much for that.
You do need to dot attacks. What I could see him doing is either finding a way to be a healer or taking up some traits so that he can provide things to the people who can do the fighting.
Just attach cannons to his wheelchair. Artillery.
Attached. Okay.
All right, guys. Instance time.
Oh, boy.
Well, I'm still on the
in the
loading screen.
Yeah.
Well, I see Alize and she is glowing with the instance deal, so it's instance time.
So it's time to disband this party.
Indeed. Leroy!
You can tell me later what that was all about, but judging by the set of Alphino's jaw, it appears to have done him some good. Thancred and the others have already left the Rising Stones, and according to the communications officer, Amalja and Cobalt forces are also bound for Cartano as we speak. They mean to keep the promise they made in Alamigo, and we must do the same by saving as many of their tempered kin as possible. Anyway, the airship is ready to depart. We should get going.
That person is naked.
Yeah, they're going to fight in a bikini.
Upon joining the Battle of Cartano, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Your progress through the battle will be saved at certain points.
Get checkpoints. It's going to be a long battle then.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Wait, please know, if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out in the game, your progress will be lost. So yeah, it's going to be an open area then, not just an instance area, like normal.
It's going to be a series of instances. I think it's going to be like a series of instances that you can leave between. But if you do like a dungeon or any other instances that aren't associated with resets, we'll see.
This is going to be interesting.
Multi-stage instance. Haven't had one of these before.
Estian!
Somewhere in the distance, Raptor is shouting, "He's so hot!"
Maybe he get the Vitra. Right.
My fellow Scions, as I am sure you will have heard, we can expect no help from Charlie, nor are we any closer to discerning the Telophoroid's grand design. And now, our adversary moves against us in unprecedented numbers, compelling us to answer in kind. The outlook, in short, is bleak. Yet though our foes are many, and we but few, we may still tip the balance in Eorzea's favor.
Of course. We will do what we always do. Deal with the ones our allies can't.
I think it sounds a little different for some
A
reason.
less than daunting prospect, judging by your expression. Could it be that you've dispelled your lingering doubts, Alfred?
Fucking Grog, grinning like an idiot.
Of course he is.
I think you're a little ahead of me, but yeah.
Oh, I doubt I ever will. But as my friends have kindly reminded...
Gods be good, Alphino. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along.
For one so bright, you can be remarkably dim.
Thank you, Estinian.
Overthinking,
Well, there's
Might I
always a
suggest
time
that
to
we
rip him
continue this
apart.
conversation after the battle? It would appear that Telophoroi have already arrived.
I'll do what I can to cure the tempered, but they'll have to be incapacitated first.
Have care, my friends, for none can say wherefore our foe did choose this fateful field to be our battleground. Whatever may transpire, pray grant him not the pleasure of deterring you.
Series of stoic nods.
Indeed.
My disciples have learned well.
Let's do this, Leroy!
Of course he would choose Cartano, because there's an obvious reason why he'd choose Cartano as the battleground. It's symbolic.
It's where the last calamity happened.
It's where we lost.
A lot of people.
What the hell?
We couldn't
Hold
do
on.
anything, but we needed saving.
I cannot move.
It's in a cutscene.
In event, it says.
There we go. He lost one in.
This is a PvP map we're on.
Yeah, I noticed this is the front line.
Alright!
I feel like we're heading into a trap here.
Attack!
And let me in. There we go.
Prepare yourself.
Alright, how do I play Archer again?
How do you play Archer? How do I play Dark Knight again? How do I do tank?
I'm used to jumping good, so this ain't that good.
I'm just gonna run around and drop dots on fucking everything. I'm a white mage, but D is like the best fucking damage over time spell I have, and it'll help everyone kill everything faster.
Fuck you, Guardians.
Okay, Graha's going tank mode. Alright, going west with Estinian then.
Okay. Let's do this, Estinian!
Oh hey, Lucia.
Lucia?
I'm just casually running by her out on the battlefield.
You were definitely ahead of me. You started slightly earlier than I did. Ultimately,
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I'm in a cutscene running with Estinian and Alfinod.
I'm about to go into that, I believe. My screen is loading.
And as a science spread across an Alize and Garotha to fight. Okay, now I'm on some kind of chessboard. What the fuck?
Alright, let's go.
Amazing!
Alright.
Ready?
West.
Yes!
If you get out of the
Guys.
dialogue box, just hold there.
No dialogue box. We get to play as Alize.
Oh, sweet! Roleplay events! Been a while since we've had these.
I'm now entering the cutscene.
I was like, let's do this. Leave.
And Alize is a red mage.
That she is.
I like red mage.
I like the red mage.
I've never played Red Mage.
Ah, the button layout is all wrong. This is going to bother the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Need to take a minute to run that. Ali, what do you say? I assume this is what they meant by a series of instance battles.
Possibly. We'll see.
Yeah. Like we're switching between different scions.
Forgetting how much fun red mage is.
Alright, so I have combo.
Yeah, your first button is your spell combos. Second is melee combos. Then you've got an AoE.
I know I'm reading.
Hitting single target. And then a big hitting AoE and then healing.
Alright. You're right.
Go forth, Alize.
Crimson Savior? Oh, that's a cool attack.
It's an AoE.
That
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
also new.
Maybe a prelude to a new attack we get as red mage later.
I would like that. It looks fucking cool, and it does have the same animation as one I already have.
What's not good?
Oh. That's big.
Swords! Lots of swords to all of you.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's a lot of them.
That's a lot. Oh dear.
And several ferals.
I gotta heal myself. For a cure.
Ah, check Graha. Gonna heal up Graha, because he's about to go down.
Wait.
Oh shit, Graha.
I have healed the Graha.
I have also healed Graha. Thank you, dual cast.
Yep.
Not this shit again!
Hey.
Just the beginning.
Oh, big dude.
And get away from Graha. Graha! I want to heal the Graha.
Ah, separate out. Oh, bad.
Now I gotta heal myself.
And get out. Heal myself.
Well, I have a feeling we're gonna be playing with a lot of the Scions this go around.
Graha's also capable of healing himself, apparently.
And he is.
He's changed jobs, because, you know, he's an all-rounder.
And he's back to his staff. Now we gotta heal the.
Gotta interact with Angelo, and he'll do his thing.
Angelo did the thing!
I died.
You gonna watch this memes while I'm waiting? So there'll be some weird fucking audio in my video.
Not the memes.
Alright, big thing again. Right out. There. Then get out.
Yes, get very much away from the big circle thing as much as possible.
Yep, I got completely away from this time. That's much further.
Good. Now, Mercure.
Graha, Mercure.
All the Mercure.
That donut just got fucking ejected.
Alright, big thing's dead.
Right, now Gra should change back to his staff, and you should go interact with Angelo.
Yes, Daniel.
Doing his Van Daniel thing. You arrived at the dialogue box.
Yep. I'm there.
Alright. Do you see that? The glyph? Yes. How worried should we be?
What is that?
It's a
Ascian's doing
glyph.
things.
It's not his glyph.
Listen well and judge for yourself. Though I can see ethereal currents, I had not thoroughly examined those that flow through the heart of Cartano. But now that I am here, things have become clear. The flats conceal an etheric confluence, like to the pillars of the Azim Steppe, but greater in scale. Far greater. The glyphs that Fandaniel has conjured reach into its very midst. And I believe I know their purpose. Should the lunar primals destroy them, it would spark a chain reaction with the potential to obliterate the confluence entirely. The resultant disruption to the flow of ether would sow chaos among the elements, prompting earthquakes, floods, and tempests large enough to lay waste to the realm.
That he would go so far cometh as little surprise. We must needs protect the confluence at all costs.
Which means we're going to be dealing with multiple primals.
Yeah.
Beat Lunar Odin.
Oh boy. And I'm around Geoshed.
You ever played Astro?
Another class I've never been. We only just fought this guy and we lost once.
Yeah, some of these are a little different from the Astrologian I know.
Yeah, I've never played Astrologian, so I'm kind of playing it by ear. I'm playing all of these by ear.
Oh dear.
HP, and all targets, and fixed sign. Reducing damage taken. Oh, so that's a good effect. So I'm gonna want that.
The Crown's combo is okay. Let her activate draw a card. Just play deals. That's what damage. Okay. Oh dear. Oh boy.
Well, we'll see how this goes.
Lunar Odin. Odin. Didn't expect Odin.
Well, shall we go? Shall we begin?
Yep.
All right.
I'm doing it.
All right. Let's do this. Battle tech.
Let's do this, Leroy. Ooh, ooh, Catmon. I must heal the Catmon. Thank you. Why is Catmon chained?
I don't know. You're ahead of me, apparently.
Oh dear.
We need to stack.
I shall protect.
Fixed sign.
A fixed sign. That's
Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. Damn, Oriange does a lot of healing.
that's his role.
Gungnir. Oh, that's not good. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
You can hear the confluence, by the way.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh dear.
Alright, scatter.
Oh, which one?
Terrific.
What? Thancred! Heal the Thancred.
Yeah, oh. All my
Oh,
practice
dear.
play healers paying off.
Oh dear. Oh, that's not good.
We best brace ourselves. Oh boy.
Right, Zantatsu can get on his left. And Herard, what that does. Probably painful things. Yeah, that's a raid wide.
Oh, here.
Back.
Fix sign. Oh no, he's got Thancred. Come on, go off already, damn you.
Stay close. Stay all the close.
Oh.
Ow.
Oh, that's not...
Oh, heal, heal, heal.
All the heals. Heal the
The
cat
best
mom.
defense is a good defense. Sure, Thancred, I appreciate that. That's a good line.
Where is he?
What?
Come on.
Left
is really...
Zantatsu.
Oh. This is a lot harder than the other fight I remember. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Stand with Thancred, because he knows where to stand. Scatter.
This is hurt. This is hurt. This is hurt. This is all the hurt. Heal the Thancred.
Heal the Stola.
Must heal the Catmon. I didn't expect Odin. Who worships Odin?
I mean, you did the post-Odin cutscene quest, didn't you?
Maybe
So you'd learn that Odin is the sword, not the horse or the
Probably
rider.
Just found the sword.
Yeah, the guy riding on the horse's back, yeah, the primal is the sword. The guy riding on the horse's back is just the soul tempered. Odin only ever tempers one person, and it becomes the rider.
I imagine Daniel found the sword and just corrupted
Probably.
it. 8%, kill him.
Oh fuck.
I got him at 15%. Oh, uh-oh. Ultimate Zantetsuken. Yeah, finish him off.
Ultimate Zantetsuken.
Oh, he never did that for me. I killed him first.
Okay, I killed him.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I
Thancred. We must kill him.
I imagine he was enough before he got to that point. Whoa. I never saw it.
Quickly. Quickly.
First try.
Okay, I made it. How'd you do, Tone?
I won.
Oh, Ravana.
You know, Graha TNL is it for her to lock swords?
We are Graha.
We are Graha?
We are Graha.
Okay.
Alright, so what class is he specifically?
He's an all-rounder. He can fill any role. I get the impression right now he's being a black mage, though.
Yes, he
Sweet.
is. Blizzard.
Oh,
Fire,
I've never.
Thunder, Cure.
I never
Medica.
played Black Mage. Okay, this is gonna be weird.
Let's see.
It's
What's
Black
this
Mage,
one?
but it also has
Break.
it's a bit of both. But Black Mage and
Yes,
White
dear.
Mage.
So Medica, Break. That spell's been in the game for a while. Thunder 4. That's damage over time. Fire. So fire that, and then Blizzard to get back.
I feel like Break's going to be important. It prevents spellcasting moving over from nearby enemies. So a drop.
Okay, here we go. Thunder 4.
Open with that and just keep that up. That's your dot.
Yep.
Fire pour.
This is what Rose has been preparing me for.
Fire pour. Fire pour. Foul. What's foul?
Powerful.
Noted.
When you run out of when you run out of MP, swap to Blizzard, and that'll help speed things along.
Yep. Push it.
Butterflies.
Butterflies.
Use break, it stops them. Moon Garners, Spirit Garners.
Did he fail?
The confluence must have been destroyed.
Damn it.
You're gonna spawn back in the cavern. Whoa, we're being lifted. What the fuck? Alizé needs healing.
Okay. So I don't have to go through Lunar Odin again. Thank God.
Oh, you don't.
Okay, so pop him back in. Let's try this again.
Ow. Ah, yeah, amount of MP. Need to switch to Blizzard.
You cast that twice, and you'll basically be good.
Nice, it's gonna be a swapping thing. Alizé, you need healing. Oh, I just barely got her. Confluence needs healing. Now, fuck you of all the fire in the world. Alizé, let me target you. Please, thank you.
Oh, yep. We gotta cure the confluence. Oh, shit. Jesus!
What happened?
I tried healing it, but there's so much damage.
Are you getting stuck at the bottom of the butterflies?
Yes.
Use break, they stop them.
I am using break.
It's an AoE, you have to get close to them and be swift.
So I have to do it on all of the groups?
Yeah, you have to... What about that?
Okay.
Ah,
try
Ravon
this.
as well. Gotta stop them with break.
You take those out while Alizé doing her thing.
Alright, let's try this again. Back.
Heal,
Break.
Alizé.
Break.
Kill him. Finish him
You
off.
gotta, yeah, you gotta spam break. It only lasts for 13 seconds. Okay, I got Ravana taken down.
Got him, yeah. What next?
Ifrit.
It's us. We went back to ourselves. Ifrit.
So we're fighting Ifrit?
Yeah, last.
Oh, fuck me. I'm in the air.
Yep. When you get down, heal. And to heal, I'll wait.
Where's-
No, we were waiting for you. We were just standing there.
Okay. Oh shit, there's the Hellfire. Nails. Break the mother friggin' nails. Oh, please don't go off to shit. Come on, stay and help me break these damn nails. Break this last nail. Oh, thank God.
Alright, final nails, here we come.
Yep, break those nails. Try to go with the Stinian to make them go faster.
I still like how in fucking Twilight over Thanalin, the way we went about it is we just made the nails made of Ifrit's own blood. Like, he gets super injured, and as he's getting injured...
Embracing his inner bull.
As he gets injured, the blood pulls out. I got it.
It's gonna be close. Oh, I just got it. Ooh.
Radiant Plume. That is... Oh, that's this thing. Oh, fuck me.
I'd rather not.
It heals back up.
I wasted Living Shadow and Salted Earth when you freaking did that. Shit. God damn it. Oh, shit.
Run!
Yeah, this separate actually puts up quite a fight, unlike his regular counterpart.
His regular counterpart was the first major boss of the game.
Although it was extreme, different, any different?
He has like one new trick that he pulls out.
Better be healing us in now, because I have no healing abilities.
I think I was on top of it. Oh dear. Oh, he's doing it again. Charge! Charge!
The lunar nail's not infernal.
I said infernal. Radiant Plume again. Where's this thing? Oh, there it is. Now what are you doing? Oh, now he's doing infernal nails.
Help with it, please.
Oh, well, these nails are a lot tougher.
Yeah, we're not going to be doing this. Asinian, so it's come to this. He's summoning Nidhogg.
He's summoning what?
Nidhogg.
No, he cloned himself. Damn, Astinian.
Well, he just killed them all at once. Nice.
You guys are ahead of me?
Well, sorry. Can't help it.
Well, I am a DPS. I got to
Agony of the Damned. Oh, that's a really... Okay, he's just gonna keep spamming that. Motherfucker.
in the middle of the
Can you not do that? He's just gonna keep doing this, isn't he?
And he's dead. Whew.
Alright, he's down. Now we wait for Tone. How far are you?
He's at 2%.
2%. Oh, you're not much far.
You're dead.
Lunar Ifrit, fuck you!
From Iowa. Fuck you.
Leia. Kinded.
Still with nods of approval.
You know what would be really, you know what would really suck right now?
What?
Is if you threw a Lunar Shinryu at us.
He doesn't have an Ilbert to sacrifice for that.
Oh, Asian theme. Hello. Dollar box away.
And it's voiced.
I'm beginning to see why Lord Xenos thinks so highly of you.
We'll wait dollar box.
Alright.
Oh, Fan Daniel, you cocky little shite, you.
Alright, I'm at the dialogue. Let's go.
Not that this changes anything, you understand. You have merely earned yourself a stay of execution.
And he fucked off.
Over here.
Who dat?
An Imperial soldier by the looks of it.
Eating the formerly tempered, I guess.
Glory be to Garlemore.
How fare the tempered?
We've treated as many as we can, but some were beyond help.
Well, the other suit Sears. Trying to.
Do not hang your head so, brave scions. Though not all of our captured brethren could be saved, we are grateful for those whose minds have been restored. You could do no more, and that is enough. So please hold your heads high.
I should have been quicker, but I'll do better next time. Thank you for your kind words. They mean a lot.
A victory at great cost, but a victory nonetheless. We must stay strong and press on. Isn't that right?
What do we say? I vote the bottom one, personally.
Alright.
Keep that train of thought going.
Yeah.
For every
Bottom one.
step you've come this far, you can take another.
It really must count for something.
The moon. Ooh, what is happening?
That's ominous.
Has the moon always been that shiny?
No.
Uh-oh. Endwalker's theme's playing.
No, that's the Shadowbringers thing.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It is.
Shadowbringers theme.
Moon's going brighter than usual.
Oh,
Far
yeah.
brighter.
And that's the end of Shadowbringers.
Well then. Ooh, that's a nice piece of artwork.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was their the promotional art for Shadowbringers, if I recall.
Yeah. The Shadowbringers outfits before they swap back to their previous ones.
Yeah, it kind of sucks I didn't get those back.
Well, they're getting new outfits in Endwalker, so.
Yep. Oh, hi, Thancred. It's kind of like Thancred went through the biggest change when as well as like jobs. Like he started out as kind of like this rogue type character with dual knives.
He started off as a bard that used knives, and then kind of swapped over to more of a roguish ninja type, and then eventually swapped to gun.
Green.
Haven't seen you in a hot minute, girl.
God, I love this team.
Yeah, it's great, right?
Also known as Mini-Philia.
Oh, orange. Look, it is orange.
If thou shalt call me an orange one more time, the Ape-Umbral calamity shall be upon thee.
Orange.
You know, honestly, Oriange's gameplay in there was a lot different than the actual Astrologian. So,
Possibly might be reflective of how they're going to be changing Astrologian and Endwalker, because they have said these. Mama! Hey, Mom.
and then I love how Catmon went from a healer type to straight up just damage, burn everything to the ground.
She still has some of her healing abilities that she uses from time to time, like barriers and shit.
Yeah, it's not like she has forgotten them, but...
Oh, hi, Graha. And his old Sark outfit.
But yeah, her magic has become as scathing as her wit.
I get it, because a black mage spell is scathe.
Get out, Tom.
Ardbert! My man! My brother!
Wonder if we're gonna get to see him again in Endwalker.
Maybe, maybe not. It's unlikely, seeing as he's not walking next to us. He's kind of stuck in our heads. We might get some commentary.
I mean, unless he's stuck in the head, I mean, he rejoined with us. Our soul, like he was one of our fragments. So
yeah, so
like he ceased to exist.
So wait, he was a fragment from the first. Does that mean every single place has a fragment of us? Like every one of the stars?
Like the source is like the original, that's why it's called the source. But and then all the shards have the fragments of like us. Like yeah, every single shard has a fragment of a Zem on it.
So what would happen if we reunited all of them?
We become a Zem again in power, I guess, power level.
In power and ability, though we'd still have our own independent personality.
Yeah.
You know, it begs the question. Unsundered Asians, such as that, like, what if we were approached by one of the Unsundered before, like, we met everybody? could they, like, they had actually known we were a Zem?
Azem didn't exactly agree with the Zodiac plan. There was a reason Emmett had to create a stone in secret.
Yeah.
So they probably, like, if it was Laha Brea, for instance, he probably would have tried to murder us in the crypt or something as a baby.
I mean, that whole sequence at the beginning of the game where we have that kind of illusion of Graha, or not Graha, La Brea. Wouldn't you say, like, that's him trying to kill us?
I mean, to be fair, that illusion was a flash forward to our smiting of him at the end of the A Realm Reborn.
You know, again, still kind of pisses me off is we didn't even kill him in the end.
He might be back. Pandemonium has him on the cover, so...
True. Maybe, like, a small fragment of him is still around?
Who knows? Maybe when Nidhogg's eyes were finally destroyed by Estinian once and for all.
I mean, he was stuck in the sword.
Yeah, he was stuck in the sword, which was powered by one of Nidhogg's eyes. So when the eyes were destroyed, maybe La Brea was freed. Maybe he hadn't been swallowed whole yet.
So one of the Unsundered is still around.
Maybe. We don't know for sure yet. That's just idle speculation on my part.
Yeah, Pandemonium will just, I mentioned, tie up the Asian loose ends. Laha. I'm hoping, like, Gaia and crap will be in it as well.
If I were to guess, I would say Gaia might play an instrumental role in 7.0, considering some of the shit with the Void that's set up with the role quests.
Maybe.
I get the impression that the Void is where we're going in 7.0 to try and restore it.
Yeah, but I could also just see Gaia in Pandemonium, because if that's, like, the end of the Ascian thing. And Lobirth is a member of the Convocation as well.
So here's a question. If we are going to be dealing with Fandaniel, say, what if Gaia were to come to the source and help us deal with it?
It would be fun. I don't see it happening, but it would be fun.
She absolutely could, though, if she figured out her teleportation powers.
That is the trick. She has to learn how to use her abilities, and that's going to take some doing.
So we probably won't see anybody from the first again?
I don't know.
I mean, seeing this a big hurrah, and they might make out in some way that such could happen.
Maybe.
Yulmor's theme is playing.
Because I could also imagine that Fandaniel won't be satisfied with just the final days on the source. I could easily imagine him trying to do a thing where it's pressed all the shards.
Well, if you destroy the source, the shards will lose the thing they're connected to, and they'll cease to be too, I imagine.
I was about to say, if you destroy the source, doesn't that basically just destroy everything?
Yeah, because like the source, it's the normal planet, it's in normal space, where the shards are like their little pocket universes.
Yes.
Like, connect within the source itself.
So again, every single calamity marked the destruction of one of the stars, right?
One of the shards as the world was rejoined with its parent.
Yeah.
So since there've been 7, then 7 shards are already gone.
Yeah, and the void was swallowed up by darkness, so while it's still there, it's basically useless. So we've lost 8.
There's 13 shards and there 14 worlds in all. I'm pretty sure like every single shard based on its number is based on a Final Fantasy game. Like the first, for example, has the Warrior of Light.
They probably have similarities to an extent, but let's remember that the Void is the 13th, but it clearly is very much tied to Final Fantasy III in a lot of ways.
Maybe the Void is the 13th just because Final Fantasy 13 is a Void no one wants to remember.
Hey,
there is some merit to the game. Its gameplay is awful and its villain is awful, but the general story and the character development is amazing.
I don't want to get there.
Yeah, just brace yourself. A lot of the world building and the way info is presented in Final Fantasy 13 is god-awful, but the characters themselves are actually really good, minus the villains. The villains are just bland and incomprehensible gibberish.
You know what is really funny? If you go through this story and if you've never actually fought Odin, how lost would you be?
I mean, you'd probably be able to figure out well enough based on what everyone else is doing in queues, and Odin does exist across the rest of the franchise, so if you've played any other Final Fantasy game, you'll know Zontatskin equals bad.
Or just like follow the NPCs. They stand where they're not going to get hit.
Yeah. That is true. That is true. But just think about it for a second. If you didn't know about the whole some ultimate Konsekin or whatever, and then all of a sudden it goes off before you can kill him, and you're immediately just dead. It's like, how the fuck do you stop that? Easy. You kill him before it goes off.
Yeah. By that point in the game, people will be familiar enough with the game's mechanics and patterns to be like, okay, that's an enrage. You gotta take him down quick.
And look, it's Kid Idibus.
Oh. Kid Idibus. That was
sad.
You know, I still had a little hope of actually getting that mechanical dragon mount, the one they have to get all those other mounts for. But just thinking about all the extreme fights I'm gonna have to do it, Titania, Warrior of Light, Hades, and all of them is like, I really don't know if I want to do that to myself.
The only of the dragons I plan on getting is the ruby weapon and silver weapon ones, and even then, that can wait till after I have Monk wrapped up.
Also, good bird. It's a good bird.
Yep.
Yes, the good bird.
Lizard camel.
Camelbird. Lizard camelbird. Which you can only get after you've done all jobs level 80.
Yep, all the jobs that were available at Shadowbringers minus.
Is it a?
We don't talk about that.
Is it like a quest that only pops up, or is it just an achievement and then you automatically get it?
I think you just get it.
So it's kind of like the tank mounts, where if you do enough to get the achievement, they just give it to you.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, fair.
There's Catboy.
The good Catboy.
I would like one of your lizards good, please.
Yeah, someone like I want to listen.
Graha.
From the wise and noble exarch to moral Catboy.
I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to play as Y'shtola, but
We already played as Y'shtola.
yeah, back in Stormblood.
To be fair, we played her the same one where she gave Magnai that scathing roast which wounded his pride forever irreparably.
Most
Little
likely.
son.
Little son. Oh, that was.
Sedu is never going to let him live that down.
No.
She's exclusively going to call him little son for the rest of his life.
as if there was enough sexual tension between Sedu and Magnai. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I think all that sexual tension is strictly one way.
Probably, because it's clear that she doesn't have. She doesn't want anything.
Oh, she might take it for a hate fuck. Who knows?
Hate fuck. like you can tell that like he has a secret hard on for this chick that he just keeps under his pants all the time because he doesn't like her personality.
He has a hard on for every slightly badass female that walks in his door.
But say, didn't he hit on YouTube?
You my number.
Oh yeah, like,
didn't he hit on you two at one point?
Yeah, he hit on me.
Yeah, he hit on me and Mika. He hit on fucking Lise. Hit on Y'shtola. That didn't end well. Poor
you remember that scene where we thought the kobold was going to shoot the admiral?
I mean, I figured he wouldn't.
You know, I have to say, in that meeting, the admiral really should have chosen her words better. Because even I thought she meant, like, oh, let's just bomb the towers and who cares? That's how she was saying.
She did preface this by saying, if all else fails.
She may be an admiral, she may be good, but she is still a pirate.
So you say that, I mean, back to the whole lunar primal thing, so are you sure he couldn't do a Shinryu?
Well, the circumstances surrounding Shinryu were very unique. It was one guy. Shinryu was summoned purely from his burning hatred of the Empire. Without
on top of the hatred and all the despair and all the shit, all the really bad shit from everybody else that died there. There's a whole pile of bodies there.
Yeah. So that would be a problem to try and recreate, because you would need to recreate those circumstances and why bother when you just have all of the beast tribes who have an entire system of belief that you can just exploit and doesn't require you to kill the big one.
True.
You just trap them and boom, you can just pretty much just pop out primals left and right. It's like rabbits.
Are
True.
was like one of the characters who had like the most like upgraded from extra to a character that occasionally popped up in cutscenes to like a center stage for a little while.
A little bit like that one scene where he helped us against
I didn't
Lakshmi.
like I first remember him
yeah.
popping up in Stormblood, but then playing through his Bay, like oh fuck, he was there the entire time. He's literally in the Waking Sands when you first go in the high on Lara.
Really?
Yeah, he's there. He survived the attack because he was just out at the time.
And then there's
And
then there's dear old dad.
Yeah, those two people names he mentioned who inspired him. There were two other Scions there, who were his like friends who he would hang out with in the sands, and they both died because they were there at the time. Like if you
Yeah,
talk
the
to
attack
him-
on the Waking Sands. Yeah.
So if you talk to him when he returns to the sands, like he's mourning their deaths quite badly. Yeah.
So, their father. What do we think of him?
Cunt.
Dick.
He is a cunt.
Dick.
I'm hoping the mother is a lot more.
I hope he gets home. It's like, ah, honey, I disowned the kids. You did what?
Yeah, with how he was talking about it and how he was talking so fondly of the mother, I'm inclined to think that she doesn't get a whole lot of say in the family.
Maybe he sleeps on the bloody couch. He said it.
Maybe.
Outside.
I still want to know what the hell is up with Xenos, because there has to be more to him than just being.
He is a reincarnated ancient. That's definite because he has those memories, and dreams.
But he's not one of the. But he's not one of the congregation.
He's not. But I'm still leaning towards like he was an Ascian back when he had something to do with Final Days the first time round.
So, I mean, are we sure that he's not one of the congregation? Is there any of them that's not accounted for?
All the convocation are named at this point. I think there's like one or two we haven't actually seen, but they are all named if you look on Wiki, and he is not one of them.
We'll see. It's something that's supposed to be answered in Endwalker. Like, straight up, there's a bullet point. What is Xenos? Back in the original presentation, it's like, oh yeah, they were just straight up announcing, yeah, this guy's fucked. Something is fucky with this guy.
The fact that how strong he is, how
he's definitely
and the whole what is it? Resonance is what he called it.
Yeah, that thing. Artificially created echo with Garlean
But
technology.
even before that, he has dreams of the Final Days and probably his own memories of it. Like he's definitely an Ascian. He's just not one of the convocation Ascians.
I mean, it's just there has to be something more about this guy because there's no way in hell he's as powerful as he is, and he's just an ordinary person.
Like
yeah, absolutely. He's a reincarnated ancient, probably a very powerful one. We just don't know his role yet.
My prediction with him is that he's the Ascian who who caused the Final Days back when. He's the one who started it. Like he
Possibly.
died, was sundered, yada yada yada. But every time he's reincarnated, he's always been this hunting psycho.
What?
I have a theory.
Uh-oh.
Azem didn't go along with the whole Zodiac plan, right?
No.
Right.
Do we have any idea? Now, actually, back to the Heidelin thing. They couldn't get in contact with us about that one, right?
Couldn't find him, so they went
Yeah.
with the nod instead.
What's to say that Azem, the reason he couldn't be found was because he was trying.
He or she.
He or she, whichever gender, was going after whichever ancient Xenos was to try to stop the Final Days.
I would definitely be interested to see what our movements were during the Final Days, what we were doing.
What were we doing, and were we somehow connected to the ancient that Xenos was reincarnated from? Considering that there seems to be a big connection between us, more than just him liking to fight us.
We'll see.
Starting to think we have a lot bigger connection to Xenos than we're originally
Because the
privy
Final
to.
Days started, that's why they... Well, no, wasn't it? Like, the world started to come apart, like, it was dying, and some Zodiac to fix it.
Then Zodiac tempered the convocation.
Yeah, like, Zodiac stopped the final days from finishing. And then they summoned Heidelin to do that, and then they had a fire and it ripped the world to shreds. But yeah.
The two were afraid of Zodiark's overreaching power, summoned Heidelin to keep him in check. World got sundered, and here we are.
Yeah, like, where were we? Like, maybe we, like, when they were summoned Zodiac, like, we went to... If Xenos did do it, like, we went to confront Xenos and lost, or just didn't have time before they did the Zodiac and Heidelin thing. I mean, though,
Also,
I say that, though, we were missing for quite a while, because Zodiac was around for a little while before where they decided just to commit mass genocide to bring back a few of their friends.
Yeah.
And then we disappeared again whenever they tried to do Heidelin.
As Zen vanished after refusing to do Zodiac, he wasn't seen after, or he or she wasn't seen after that. And we didn't turn up again until around Reborn. Or 1.0 as well, I guess. But
So
yeah.
where did we go?
Good. We lived various incarnations, I guess. Died,
Yeah,
incarnated,
but-
didn't realize we
So
were for a while.
also there was a question, I can't remember if it was ever explained. How did the three unsundered? How were they not sundered?
Elidibus was unsundered because he's Zodiac's heart and he's a primal. As for Emmett Silk and La Habrea, I don't really know. Like,
They according to them, they just got fucking lucky.
I'm guessing like maybe the three of them were together, and as like the big.
They were on the moon at the time.
Maybe that could be it. If the moon isn't. Did we ever check?
Obviously important.
Does the first have a moon?
The first does have a moon, yes.
Even if that maybe that's just a view of the same moon. Like if you go,
Okay, so-
you'd go into
but-
the source. Ugh.
So here's a question: what if the moon is shared between all of the shards?
Like I've always had
because it's where Zodiac is.
I've
That
always
does
had
seem to be the implication. I mean, straight up, the fucking Final Fantasy XIV wiki says that the moon is Zodiark's prison.
Yeah, like I've had like a thought like if you're on a shard, like you get an elegant spaceship on the shard, you go past orbit. If you go far enough, like I've always had in my head that you kind of shift. Either you'd encounter some sort of barrier that you just smack into, or you'd shift to the source when you get like towards the moon. Like you go back to normal space.
So
Like the shard
and
orbit.
What if Heidelin is in the core of the source?
Planet is called Hyland.
So it is pretty much already known that Heidelin is in the core of the source.
We don't know where Heidelin likes to hang out. We just know that she likes to appear to people as a big ass fucking crystal.
So just think about it for a second. Heidelin is in the core of the source, and in the core of the moon is Zodiac, and constant vigilant.
I mean, yeah, we see those Astian ruins completely intact. Like, I think you're onto something with. I imagine maybe La Habrea, Elidibus, and then itself were literally in that place on the moon that we saw, while the rest of the convocation and everyone else was down on the source, or was down on the planet. When the big tear occurred, everyone on the planet was torn to shreds, but because they were beyond the effective range, they were spared.
Yeah, maybe. It's a sound enough theory.
Yeah.
Of course, there's still no, like, in-game, like, full-blown explanation on, like, the physics and metaphysics of how the fucking shards work in physical space, so we're just spitballing here. We could be totally wrong about how all that works.
Maybe,
that's speculation.
But yeah, I always imagine that source in the moon like that's real space where all the shards are like pocket realities within the source.
Still, though, between Zodiac and Heidelin, Xenos' goal is to absorb Zodiac, right?
Yes. Yes.
I feel like the whole killing everything is more than
That part
Daniel.
yeah, killing everything is just to draw us out so we can fight him. He just wants to cause enough of a ruckus to make the world like, all right, fine, I'll come to you, Jesus.
Yeah, he wants to have like one last battle.
He also wants, but he also wants each of us to be at our best. Like, he's going to absorb Zodiac, and I feel like the whole destroy everything is him coaxing us to do something drastic, like combine with Heidelin.
Let's see what he wants.
He wants both of them at the peak of
Gorge
their
ourselves
power.
on them, and then, my friend, our contest shall begin anew.
Yep.
As you so said.
He wants both of them to be at the peak of their power for their fight. And what better way to absorb the two oldest primals?
Yeah.
Like, maybe something like Azem went to confront whoever Xenos was back then, when he was causing the final days they fought. But then Zodiac did whatever he did to stop it, and maybe both Azem and Xenos were either killed or frozen or died. Something happened to them that kind of stopped their fight. They never finished it. And maybe that's kind of what echoes with Xenos and why he's so like, we need to finish our fight.
Just think, maybe Azem did destroy whatever ancient Xenos was, but but we failed to stop the final days.
I mean, I don't. If we fought Xenos back then, I don't think we succeeded in stopping it before Zodiac did his thing.
I mean, that's the thing. Like
Zodiac stopped the final days.
We failed to stop the final days, but
I just feel. There was some time after Zodiac stopped the final days and put things back together that things were chugging along in a post-apocalyptic state. Like, they didn't summon Heidelin immediately after. There was a gap there, at least several months.
They only summoned Heidelin when the Convocation was planning on sacrificing
the new lesser souls that had been sprung up when another half of the population sacrificed themselves to rejuvenate the world. It was fucked. Like, yeah, the world was fucked after the final days were stopped, so they sacrificed another half of their remaining number to revitalize things, and so a lot of lesser souls sprung up, a lot of new life that was a lot lesser in power and density.
And the Convocation, both in like arrogance and temper, and decided that you're not really people, so we're going to kill all of you.
Yeah, they were planning on cultivating them, growing them up enough, and then sacrificing all of them to bring back everyone who had died in the final days to stop
genocide of all, like, Mikate, with everything was just going to kind of, all these new species spring up, just going to mass genocide and wipe them out entirely, leaving them themselves, where a bunch of other ancients like, hold up, no, that's genocide, that's...
hold up a second, we've killed enough people!
Like, those people, like, they heroically sacrifice themselves. That's murder. There's a difference. A genocide of entire species, multiple species. We're not on board with this.
Yeah. So then they summoned Heidelin to bind Zodiac and keep him in check. They fought, split the star. So chances are what I imagine could have happened is perhaps Azem and Xenos, or ancient Xenos, wound up clashing during the final days, but perhaps they killed each other?
Maybe.
I mean, Azem was around when they made Zodiac, right?
Yeah, but
yeah, they talked to him. They asked him to participate. He was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not doing this," and he left.
Yeah, but then he vanished. No one saw him after that. Like,
So,
yeah. I think ancient like Azem and ancient Xenos either killed each other, or I said they were in the middle of fighting when Zodiac stopped the final days, and that kind of interrupted things, and they both vanished.
Like, maybe Azem didn't go along with Zodiac because he wanted to stop, or he or she wanted to stop Xenos.
Also, Azem kind of saw the folly, like, summoning a primal to stop the summoning primal epidemic.
Although,
bear in mind,
speaking of
this was also back in the day where summoning primals was easy, because Azem summoned Ifrit at one point just to stop a volcano from erupting.
Yeah.
True. Although there is one thing we still need to be wary of: the whole concept of us being tempered by Heidelin.
Yeah.
There's this theory that I saw going around that the first words everyone who's wakes up to the echo hears from Heidelin, the words hear, feel, think on broadcast. There's this theory that opening command is, yes, we're tempered, but her first command to us was to give us free will, so that even though we can't be claimed by other primals, we can still operate utterly independently.
Which would
possibly
purport the Heidelin is legitimately benevolent former. If you like, I'm binding you and giving you my powers, but I'm tempering you, but I'm not going to take your free will like they do. You're still yourselves. So,
but she can overwrite that at any time if shit starts going
again,
wrong.
It ultimately kind of depends on, I think, whether she's going to remain benevolent or turn out to be a villain, is whether she intended for the shards to be a thing or whether that was just an unintended consequence.
But here's the thing:
it could be possible that it's more of a gray outcome where she didn't want to, but it was the only way to end the
Potentially.
fight without destroying everything anyway.
Yeah.
Although the question is, say we divert from the path that she wants, and she decides to use that tempering to control us.
I'm still anticipating that is a thing that will happen, and that will have to control like Alize or someone trying to use the Porksies to untemper the Warrior of Light while everyone's fighting the Warrior of Light at once.
Yeah. Again, like,
That would be a horrifying sequence. You see your character looking back at you, drawing their weapon, and suddenly it's like, for this fight, you will be controlling Alice. And it's like, no!
I mean, I imagine, like...
I want that to happen, but it will terrify me if it does.
I imagine if we had to fight the Warrior of Light, because there's so many different classes and shit, I imagine the Warrior of Light would transform into, like, a set form. For, like, a fight.
Awesome. Possibly. Or here's a fun idea. Not just Alize, like I have a whole really big instance where each of the Scions take their turn of wearing us down until Alize can get the Porksy to
I'm still
work
on
on
the
us.
fence, like, whether Heidelin, because it could be, I can easily see a twist where she is malevolent all this time and has her own goals, but she could very well be the benevolent goddess we've always considered, because benevolent primals do exist, like Shiva.
And Ramu.
Ramu, yeah.
I mean, I admit the malevolent may not be the word I would use. More, maybe just kind of lost in her own beliefs and thinking like, okay, this is how it needs to be done. If you're not going to listen to me, then I'm going to make you listen.
Yeah, that's possible. Where it could be a thing where like she's outlived her purpose, but doesn't understand that because
I mean, it's clear that
primals are summoned with intent, and so that intent forms the foundation of everything they do. Like when Titan was summoned by a grieving kobold child, Gabu, he was deeply influenced by the fact that it was a grieving child who summoned him. He was mimicking the child's own cries. He was a grieving, wailing beast.
Think of the circumstances of Highland summoning. It wasn't just to bind Zodiac, that was her objective, but it was also to like the preservation of life, to protect people and their free will and their right to exist. Like that was the circumstances of her whole summoning. And like why she's fought so hard for both the swords and the shards. To like preserve all life post Zodiac.
But objective 1 in service to that is keep Zodiac bound and in check. So
again, I suppose we'll just have to see where Hylian goes. Because there are a lot, but she hasn't shown any overt signs of being crazy like other primals.
True. I mean, to be perfectly honest, Heidelin hasn't really had a big presence ever since the Realm Reborn.
She has been blocked, supposedly. Although I am wondering if there's a video I saw. I didn't actually watch it, but I saw just the title. That that lady we see at the top who vaguely looks like Minfilia.
Well, that she is Heidelin.
It could be Heidelin taking on a mortal form to interact with us, or it could be Vana. Someone suggested. I don't know about that one, but if it's, Vana, that was like the head of the group that was summoning Heidelin.
Okay.
Elidibus was Zodiarc's heart, Vana was Heidelin's heart.
Now I'm imagining Heidelin taking human form and then trying to figure out how to be a person.
Shazam was like,
my lower abdomen feels funny.
I think that's called needing to take a pee.
And I was like,
although,
what is this uncomfortable feeling in my lower stomach area? Stomach rumbles. I don't like it. Am I poisoned? Am I dying?
You need to eat. Here, have some pizza. Whoosh. Because that's just, you can craft pizza to level 80 culinarian. You have to be level 80 to make pizza.
What about Minfilia? Isn't she part of Heidelin now?
Minfilia just ceased to exist, and pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
because she'd been pumping so much of her power into the various incarnations of herself, and she just gave that up with Reen so that Reen could live her own life.
Yeah, like her soul. I think it was like her soul is kind of milling about in like wherever the void where the Astians we by Orisited go, like milling about within the life stream, but not reincarnating because she used so much of her.
Fair enough. Although, back to.
But stop for a sec. The credits are about over. We have post-credit scenes coming up, I think.
Well, guest creators first. You are Dark Apocalypse, yes.
Hello, Yokotaro.
I still did not see anything. I think the credits are started. No, it's still special thanks. God damn it. How much farther are you guys?
I'm at special thanks. We're pretty much in sync. I just thought we were at the end. I was wrong because I saw like Havoc and bullshit. I was like, oh, cool. That means we're bad there.
This is a long ass credit scene.
Well, it takes a lot of fucking people to make an MMO, and they're giving credit to everyone from over the course of this expansion and it patches.
And they have to
every single person involved.
Just for Nier Automata, like the Nier Automata crossover, they have to give credit to all the people of the Nier team who worked on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So never mind me. I'm just a fucking dumbass.
So, back to that thing you said about 7.0 of us possibly fixing the void. Considering we fixed a world that was drowning in light, why not fix a world that's drowned in darkness?
I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of role quests where once you have done all of the role quests as they are, and a bunch of other particular things aside, you can keep going with a joined role quest storyline that goes for a little while where have you noticed that there was a woman named Silva or something like that in all of your role quest instances? Elven woman, silver hair?
Something like that, I think.
But she wasn't there when the group came over to the source. As the Warriors of Darkness. Yeah. There's a whole story about why she wasn't there when Ardbert and company came over to the source, and once you've done all the other role quests, you can figure out what her deal was. You learn her story as sort of like...
Is she from the Void?
She's from the Void. She's like Unuklai. She's a survivor of the 13th.
I mean, didn't we also meet that other one that was also from the Void?
Yeah, I just mentioned him, Unuklai.
Yeah, Unuklai from... That's from... Unuklai, that was from...
Heavensward, the Warring Triad questline.
The Warring Triad, thank you.
Yeah. And he actually winds up having a role once he figures out that Sylvia's still around. Now
credits are done.
Alright, here we go. Yep.
Emmerich.
Cutscene, but we gotta talk to people.
Hey,
Sir Emmerich.
Before we talk,
Emmerich.
I'm gonna talk to other people. I want to see what they say.
Shit, I've already talked to Emmerich.
Ishtola, I will recommend that the Alliance keep a closer watch over Cartano. Ever vigilant, Catmom. Thank you. Oriange. Oh! Oriange mentions Omega.
Oh, yeah?
Says, I wonder, might the ambience of ether that floweth through the region, he's talking about the Cardinal Flats, have led the aliens to entomb Omega there?
Right, Emmerich.
Alright, let me know his line.
Alright, now we talk to Emmerich.
That.
Right.
Yep.
I trust you all enjoyed a comfortable flight aboard the Pride of the Ishgardian fleet. Lest you worry, the Bonanza has been towed to a nearby location to be retrieved at your convenience. You have thought of everything, Lord Emmerich. And may I say how much I appreciate the hospitality you afforded us on the way home. Think nothing of it. Our destination lay in the same direction, and it afforded me the perfect opportunity to learn how my errant friend has been since last he took his leave.
Oh.
It would seem you have finally found a place to settle down. I merely grew weary of wandering the Far East.
I to avoid Emmerich, but it doesn't work.
Returning to more serious matters, while the Telophoroi have been driven from Cartano, 'tis like that the bulk of their forces yet remain. On the evidence of the Grand Company of Eosia's first joint military operation, however, I am confident that we have the potential to meet such threats head-on, even without the aid of you and yours.
able to do things without the worry of light? What are you talking about? That's never happened before.
As such, while our forces keep the Telophoroi at bay, I would ask that you apply your talents to the task of neutralizing the towers.
A sensible division of labor. While the towers remain, so too will the threat of the lunar primals. And given our expertise in the field of etherology, we are better qualified to find the solution.
That we are, especially should it happen to lie beyond the Alliance's dominion. There is a time and a place for formal investigations, of course, but certain secrets are wont to hide where only enterprising individuals may venture. I could not agree more. There are none better suited to this task, nor any upon whom I would rather rely. On behalf of the Alliance, I thank you. We look forward to receiving any information you are able to uncover. And with that, I must take my leave. Should you have need of assistance, pray do not hesitate to ask. Fare you well, my friends.
Still waiting for the meanwhile the Legion of Doom.
I like how that's just how we've taken referring to it. When did we start doing that?
A while back.
Yeah, like back in Stormblood at least.
End of Stormblood, I'm pretty sure.
I confess, I had hoped to be able to study the towers more closely, vital as they play in the art of the Telophoroi's plans. If we can discern their ultimate function, we will be one step closer to understanding our enemy's grand scheme. Should we succeed in neutralizing them, of course, it is all but certain that the Telophoroi will mount an all-out invasion. And then it will begin. The one who awaits at the heart of the chaos will come for us. For you. Yet in the end, our true nemesis may be the calamity to end all calamities. The final days themselves.
Yes, all right, Alphano. We need a plan, not portents. As Thancred so eloquently pointed out, we are in a position to seek information from all manners of places. Not least...
Charlian. According to Kryl, the Forum have been more secretive than ever of late. While this may be related to the appearance of the Telophoroi, that remains a matter of speculation. But one thing is clear. The Forum is determined to keep us from discovering the truth. Master Fortuno's performance at the Lotus Stand was enough to convince me of that. The matter beareth further investigation. I do heartily concur. Nor can I think of a more promising place to look for the answers we seek on the matter of the towers. Charlian hath ever been the wellspring of etherological knowledge. I care not where we go. Here or there, my lance will be ready.
And what of you? Might you be persuaded to join us?
Oh, in a few months when I pre-ordered it.
What do we say?
I like the middle one.
If it means I can have words with Fortuno.
Should we do it?
Only after I do.
Hey,
If he and his friends in the Forum think we'll leave them alone if they ignore us, they're in for a shock. It appears we are in agreement. We have but to wait for Kryl to secure the necessary permissions. In the meantime, there is a matter I would investigate.
Does it involve tall structures?
By strange coincidence, it does. At present, I have only a creeping suspicion, but with your help, I will soon find out whether my fears are warranted.
And what is Catmom plotting?
Stuff.
As she is. Now we can shush each other.
Meanwhile,
The way we shushed that kid.
Shush. And meanwhile, in the Legion
of Doom.
What's our good buddy Xenos up to?
Gorging upon a sea of souls.
Oh,
Yep.
he has had fun, clearly.
Oh yeah.
He's testing his weapon.
Damn. Wait, is that
He's a gun scythe because fucking Garleans.
because why not?
Cool new outfit he's got.
Yeah.
Those Eorzeans certainly are a stubborn bunch. Though I suppose you knew that already. My plan to redirect the ether from Cartano came to a rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was, in many respects, an abject failure.
He's just
Which
trying to piss us
does,
off on
of course,
purpose.
raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. The obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, though that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
So be it. The dreamer will not complain.
Then let us begin the preparations at once. With the gateway of the gods complete, all that remains is to gather the necessary ether, and our prize shall be within reach.
What is that?
What's the Imperial Palace?
The time has come to fulfill your heart's desire, my desire, to relieve those wretched creatures of their meaningless existence.
He truly is just crazy.
That he is.
Not exactly a prime example of the complication.
So how does a gun scythe work?
While I await you,
Orange.
I shall drink a sea of souls and gorge myself upon the darkened moon. Then you shall come to me, all roiling rage and rancor. And the stars shall bear witness to our final contest.
He really has a hard-on for us.
What was that roar?
What was... That was freaky is what that sound was.
What were they
I
on about
don't
with?
know.
What's the dreamer?
No fucking clue. Probably the girl from the art.
The dreamer will not complain. What if he's the dreamer?
There's also like a roar and shit.
It's probably just a lunar primal.
Sound a bit more
What's up, Cat Mom?
As I thought, the ethereal currents have been disturbed here too.
This is more donut.
Yeah, right outside the Rising Stones. I mean, Cartanau is part of Mordona.
It was the same in Thanalan. Make that every location we surveyed.
And the strength of each current has diminished dramatically. Far more than could be attributed to a natural occurrence.
What tidings bringest thou from Dravania?
We took a number of readings, and noticed that the closer we were to the tower, the lower the etheric density became. In short,
the towers are drawing upon the land's ether, which would explain how they were able to carry out the summonings.
I'll cut off the supply then.
Our allies must be informed of this. We should return to the Rising Stones and have Tataru relay our findings to them.
Idolin?
Hear me. Hear me. Hear me. Hear me. Darkness comes.
Yes,
And with
the woman
it,
from the thing. I think you were right with Heidelin.
the end. The fate of the star is in your hands.
Oh.
Either Heidelin or Vana.
What if
Or
they're
both.
What if they're one and the same?
Like
Well,
Elidibus.
Vanna is Heidelin's heart.
Like Elidibus with Zodiacs.
Everything all right back
She's
there?
definitely an ancient / asking because of her gear, her garb. Just the robes.
So, Heidelin can sense it too.
The wind just fucking turned red.
Yeah.
Yes. At solemn dawn, grim purpose shines in the gaze towards the moonlit sky. Thus does our final curtain rise. Goes too fast.
Your steps to guide what end betides.
Under the darkened moon.
What if, like, Elidibus was Zodiac's heart, but they're still two very separate entities? What if Vanna is more literally Heidelin? Like, kind of way Shiva Yazael? Like,
Hard to tell. I'm gonna real quickly move around and talk to the Scion, see what everyone has to say. Alize?
We got a new title too. Dawn Treader.
But yeah, you're right about figure. What if Heidelin / Vanna becomes a new Trust Party member?
I don't see that happening, but
I mean, we never saw Estinian joining in, but what does he have to say anyway?
He thinks that Charlene will happen to Alpha knows.
In all honesty, a nation populated entirely by bookish types like Alphanode is not a place that appeals to me. I have to deal with one Alphanode, I don't need more. You know, it'd be awesome to see.
What?
Freaking Estinian getting in dear old daddy's face.
Like
your son has accomplished more than you will in your entire lifetime.
It's like the scene where they're discussing politics. He's bored and starts to wander off, but then he hears Fortune insult Alpha No, and suddenly he's back. Like, what the fuck you just say?
What did you just say?
Well, another couple of months, and we'll find out for sure.